Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
And on the phone line, ladies and gentlemen, we have Drew with Burwell and Broken Bow Livestock. Good morning, Drew. How you doing?
Good. You?
We're doing well. We're doing well. Just talking off the air with you about warm weather and dry conditions and fires and all sorts of things going on again this week. It looks like it's just what we're going to have to put up with till Mother Nature brings us those April showers, maybe.
Yeah, and it sounds like maybe that might happen Friday.
Oh, good. That's good. Let's hope so. Tell us what's going on at the barns.
Last week had two big days back in Broken Bow and Burwell. Broken Bow on Thursday had a special weigh-up auction. Had over 750 head of those weigh-ups come in. High-yielding cows, 145 to 155. Feeding cows are 135 to 144.75. Thin cows is 132 to 134. And those heifer at market, we were 155 to 245. The bull market, we were 162 to 227.5. Call that market steady, probably 2 to 4 higher on those feeding type cows and those thin cows. Back on Friday, had a big day, had calves and feeders, had right at 3,000 head walk through the door. Had a lot of strong buyer demand and a lot of buyers in the seats and online is up as well. Kind of give you a recap on what we did there. In the steer division, we had some 468-pound steers at 414. Had some 426-pound steers at 441. Had some 503-pound steers at 419. Had some 516-pound steers at 422. Had some 680-pound steers at 329. And had some 810-pound steers, 305.50, which set an all-time record, national record for the 800-pound steers across the nation. In the heifer division, we had some 527-pound heifers at 350, had some 641-pound heifers at 301, had some 555-pound heifers at 342, had some 596-pound heifers at 368, and had some 757-pound heifers at 295. Call that market fully steady, probably 8 to 10 higher on those grass type calves. Back this week, going to have two more big days. Got a special calf and feeder auction in Broken Bow on Thursday. One thing I would like to mention about the sale on Thursday, so right at 1 o'clock, we're going to have a rollover auction. We're auctioning off an 800-pound steer. Going to roll that critter over as many times as it takes. And all the benefits from the sale of that steer are going to go to the Logan and Leah and Raya family. Logan and Leah, they lost their home due to a fire during that cold snap and lost all their personal belongings along with their home. And so we're going to have that rollover auction. You can contact me about that rollover auction, or you can contact any of the Knights of Columbus there in Broken Bow. They'll get you set up. And then back on Friday in Burwell, got bred cows and heifers. Got a nice round of bred cows coming in along with bred heifers. Got any questions, give me a call, 308-872-1105.
All right, Drew, thanks so much. I'm glad you brought up the auction of that 800-pound steer for the Ryans. They had a huge turnout in Ansley on Saturday for their burger bash, so people are really chipping in, and I bet they will again at the barn.
You bet. Nope, and we appreciate it, and appreciate everybody for donating and making that happen.
All right, Drew, thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Drew with Broken Bow and Burwell Livestock, and always enjoy his reports, letting us know what's happening at the sale barns. And two really healthy sale barns is two really good things for our producers and for our communities. So we appreciate it. Do want to talk a moment about fires, because the fire index was very high yesterday, and we indeed had some fires in the area, and then up at Bartlett, I believe it was. They had big fire up there, and I know that some of the departments here were called in to assist, especially with the tankers and so forth, to go up and make sure they had enough water to put that out. And there were some small fires that were called in yesterday afternoon here in Custer County over by Sargent and a couple different places. So even though it's not going to be as warm today, it's still very, very dry out there. So we'll want to be careful and see if we can avoid that again today.
Yeah, I think the humidity registered here at the studio got as low as 15%.
Was it?
Was the humidity. So that's dry.
Yeah, that's where a spark really can light up easily in that kind of dryness. So we'll have to be real careful again today. Wind was blowing pretty good yesterday. So fortunately we got away with not too much damage and too many volunteers having to spend, long hours here, but certainly north of us, they had their fire problems up that way that I know some of the departments here were called in to help with. So we'll keep that in mind today. It's not going to be as warm. Yesterday's high was 77 here. Mm-hmm. And I know Lincoln was 83 yesterday, which broke an all-time record for the temperature on that date. I think they mentioned it was 77 or 8 was the former record, which was not all that long ago. So it got pretty warm in the Star City yesterday. 77 here, and I think some other places were in the 80s, McCook, and scattered across the state. So it got warm. All right, let's take a look at the school lunch menus real quickly. And I want to let you know, too, that before we get too far, I hate to bring this up, but you owe me $20. It was a neighborhood thing.
Excuse me? Owe you $20 for what?
Well, it's just a neighborhood situation. We were out on the porch yesterday evening. Just noticed that you and Shelley left, and there was a little gal that came up to your door and rang the doorbell, and no answer, of course, because you were gone. And she saw Joan and I sitting over on the porch and came over and asked if we would be interested in donating to the playground equipment fund, or actually buy some flowers.
Oh.
And we went ahead and just made a $20 donation on your behalf. So,
okay. Well, you know what? I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I will get that squared away with you. I don't know if I have $20 in my pocket at the moment or not.
No, don't pay me now.
What?
Don't pay me now, because you're going to be a little bit short, and I won't.
There's 15.
I won't add interest on it.
I do have $20.
I don't want your
you
20
want it
right
now?
I'd like to pay me in a little bit later on, so I can add interest to that.
Now, did she give you a receipt or anything? I'd kind of like a little proof that this $20 is actually going to that. Not that I would ever think that you would mislead me in any way.
No, she did not leave because my wife Joan just filled out the sheet and made a donation, put your name on it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So,
because I'll be honest, that is a cause I would love to donate to.
Oh, well, I know. We knew you would.
Oh, okay.
So, don't worry about it, neighbor. We took care of it for you.
Well, thank you, Dave.
Little handling fee on that, probably.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe 25 would cover all of the cost. I got to tell you, the little gal was wonderful. She's a fifth grader,
sure.
I believe.
Yeah.
Very polite and a nice presentation.
Yeah.
So when
I wish we would have been at the house.
Yeah, she was ringing the doorbell, and I wanted to holler over at her that you weren't home, but that would have been a little nosy for me to let her know you weren't
Well, that's
there.
okay. We did drive right by you and wave as we took off.
Well, no, when you came home, it seems like you go the other way quite a bit when I'm on the porch.
Oh, maybe we did. I don't know. I wasn't driving.
Oh, Shelley went the other way.
Okay. Oh, yeah, when we came home, we waved at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, you're right. When we left, we avoided your place.
Yeah, I noticed that.
We do that occasionally.
At Ansley today.
Especially when we see you're outside.
Well, when the weather changes, we'll be in the backyard more. But right now, the sun feels pretty good on the front porch.
Yes, it does.
And it's shaded in the back this time of year. So you'll see less of us during the summer months.
Okay.
Ansley today, hamburger and french fries.
Loop City today. Going to go with Salisbury steak or chicken at Loop City.
Little promo for Ansley. Tomorrow on the breakfast show, we're going to have the folks in from the business class in Ansley who are running their own business, card business for graduations and so forth. So we're going to learn a little bit more about that tomorrow in the 9 o'clock hour. Prairie Pioneer Center today, it's scalloped potatoes with ham, California blend veggies, and fruit.
Sandhills School in Dunning, breaded pork chops at Sandhills.
And Selma Myrna Public Schools, biscuits and gravy with scrambled eggs, also offering cheeseburgers, Uncrustable cheese, and cracker platter.
Gothenburg today, made fresh beef chili, grilled chicken sandwich, the pizza station, and fresh baked ham and cheese subs, some of your choices at Gothenburg today.
Sargent, featuring creamed chicken with biscuits, mashed potatoes, fruit cup, strawberry cake, and milk.
Arnold School, Sloppy Joe on a bun today at Arnold.
And at Thetford today, it's chicken fajitas.
All right, Broken Bow today, biscuit and gravy with scrambled eggs, cheeseburger, fresh baked Italian turkey sub, and the grill station combo today at Broken Bow is a hot dog basket. And let's see, one more to share with you. This would be at Kozad. Looks like buffalo chicken bites with garlic toast, cheeseburger with seasoned fries, and the pizza bar on the menu at Kozad.
If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you.
wanted list first appeared on March 14th, 1950. So here's your question for today. What comic strip has been used to publicize the 10 most wanted list? Your choices are Blondie, Dick Tracy, The Fantastic Four, or Peanuts. What comic strip has been used to publicize the 10 most wanted list? Is it Blondie, Dick Tracy, Fantastic Four, or Peanuts? If you know the answer, call us at 872-2801.
It is Tumbleweed Day today, so be sure and call in and get your prize.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
Good morning.
Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow offers delicious food in a family-friendly atmosphere. Open 6 until 4. Don't miss daily lunch specials and the Sunday buffet. Need a quick bite? Express breakfast is 6 to 11 Monday to Friday, and express lunch is 11 to 2. On the go, pick up a ready-to-go casserole for busy nights. For evening cravings, visit Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill. Open nightly from 5 to 10 with specials, appetizers, and snacks. It's all waiting for you on East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Well, we didn't get a call on that one. It's a little tough. What was the answer for that?
Dick Tracy.
Dick
of course.
Tracy.
Yep.
You a Dick Tracy fan?
I watched the movie when it came out years ago.
Oh, the
have
movie.
Have you seen the movie with Warren Beatty
Yeah.
as Dick Tracy?
Yeah.
And the co-stars in it were amazing. People like Dustin Hoffman, Al Pacino, all dressed up as the bad guys. It was kind of a good film.
Well, I imagine there's folks out there that remember the Dick Tracy comics that were printed for you to read on the newspapers.
Wonder if anybody still has the Dick Tracy wristwatch, right? I mean, wasn't that his thing? He had the wristwatch or whatever.
Yeah, it was the original Apple Watch, I think.
Oh, yeah, it could have been. Yeah, there you go.
He was ahead of his times. Jason, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Mr. Eberly is here.
Yeah.
How's things at Arrow Seed?
It's going good. Picking up.
Getting busy, huh?
You betcha.
So what are some of the things that are people are coming in for?
Just a lot of early order small grains, oats and the oat pea mixes, getting their summer annual forages booked for the summer, and alfalfa and in the store, the lawn and garden seed products, fertilizers, just all that good stuff.
They order rain with that when they come in. They'd like the seed and the rain.
Boy, I hope so.
Man, how much would you charge for that if you were able to
Yeah.
provide it?
Yeah.
Come in handy, wouldn't it? When planting it and know it was going to get wet after you put it in the ground, but we just don't have that guarantee.
No, and I was just out in Iowa this weekend, and the snow that they had, their waters in the warm-up, there's just water flowing and standing everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet that looked weird.
It did. Yep.
We haven't seen that for a while here.
Nope.
Unfortunately, I think the last time we saw a lot of water was 2019, and that was too much
Yes.
all at once before the ground thawed. But we're getting to where the ground should be thawing out pretty good here with the temperatures we've been having. So
Yeah.
yeah, soil temperature still, I'm sure, very cold, but hopefully the moisture will sink in.
Yeah. And it looks like maybe in the forecast, 10 days or whatever, we got a little chance for some moisture
We do,
again.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of early booking, getting that set up.
You bet.
Okay. All
You
right.
bet. Yeah, stop on in for if you need to reseed a lawn or just add a little seed to it to thicken it up, and all your garden seed. I'm still waiting on a little bit. I can't believe I haven't got it all yet, but it's coming slowly. But got the bins all but full.
Okay. All right. And talk about it a little bit. The tradition at Arrow Seed is, you get a lot of seed for not a whole bunch of money, and you're not paying for the packaging or the artwork on the package. You just put them in bins and sell it bulk and put it in the envelopes, right?
Yep, it's kind of a tedious little process.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, just label them up and we buy it in the bulk, and then measure out scoops and even buy the seed on some of the products. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's gosh, if you've been to the grocery store lately, produce is expensive.
Yes.
And there's talk with all things going on with tariffs and all of these things, that it might get even worse for expense on the things that they want us to eat, fruits and vegetables. And that used to be a pretty economical buy, but it's not so much anymore. So a garden, for heaven's sakes, could not only be a lot of fun, it could also save you a bunch of money.
Oh yeah, and online there's tons of little videos to help people get started on a garden, raised gardens. We have the potting soil for your raised garden beds. If whether they're in tubs or just wood boxes, just
And
anything.
Starters, the fertilizers, and all of that sort of things. And of course, if you do have bug problems later, I know you have things for that as well.
You betcha. Insecticides for your gardens, for your lawns, everything to keep everything good and healthy.
And the other side of that too, Jason, is that we're not sure. We always wash our fruits and vegetables that we purchase. That's just an automatic. But when we raise our own in the garden, we know what we've put on it, if anything at all.
Yep.
For insects and all of that chemicals that can be put on, or preservatives that they use for shipping and all that sort of thing. Don't have to deal with that when you have a garden.
Yeah, because it's kind of scary if you get some stuff from the store and put it in your sink to soak a little bit and kind of see what the water looks like sometimes afterwards.
Yeah. Can avoid all that by having a garden.
Yep.
And as you say, raised gardens are nice. You don't have to have a bunch of space to have that.
Yeah.
You also don't have to bend over to weed it.
Yeah.
That's something to consider depending on where you're at in life. But gardens are great lot of fun, really.
Oh yeah, and if you've never gardened before, keep it simple.
Right.
Keep it simple your first year or two, and then just start building once you start getting that knowledge and experience, and make it work for yourself.
Yeah, and I guess too, probably a tendency for most of us is planning a little bit more than we maybe should for the space we have. Like you say, start out simple, maybe some tomatoes and cucumbers and some things that that you're going to use.
Mm-hmm.
Most everybody likes tomatoes, cucumbers, and that sort of thing. Green beans are very popular.
Yep, green beans, a few peas, maybe a squash plant or two, and the things that are a little easier to kind of take care of. And like you said, those raised beds, they just make it so much simpler.
Yeah. Potatoes, you're going to have some potatoes to plant, or?
Yep.
Okay.
Got that order in, and potatoes and onions.
Okay.
So we'll have them for everybody, hopefully before too long. Should be getting them. They kind of were waiting on the weather to warm up.
Sure.
Because, that cold spell we had, if we would have had a load of potatoes and onions come in that freezing weather, it would have done a little damage to them.
Yeah, that would have did it right there. So,
Yep.
All right, and out on the farm and ranch, the cover crops and the different things that they're pre-booking, and then imagine there's some fence to fix this spring. We haven't had a very tough winter, but there's always fence to fix.
You bet. Just our Gallagher fencing stuff. I got staples, everything like that. But if you got a spring fencing, summer fencing project, going with some high tensile or something, stop on in. I've got a lot of high tensile wire, running a big special on that. So, stop on in. We'll get you set up.
And more people realize that rotating pasture is the way to go. And if they don't have the fence they need to do that, the tensile is a great way to rotate and move some of those animals from spot to spot and not overgraze. And Gallagher
helps make it simple.
Yeah.
On that, whether using the polywire for rotational grazing, or permanent paddocks, paddocks for in your pastures with high tensile, the solar fencers make it easy to move it around. I mean, just takes a couple minutes once you have it all done. And
yeah. Is there any fence designed especially to keep your neighbors out?
Oh, I'll bet they come up with something.
If they have that, I wish you wouldn't carry that, because
I was going to say I'll stop in and see you.
Yeah.
I know someone who might buy that.
Yeah.
Arrow Seeds open 5.5 days a week. You guys open up at what, 8:30?
Yeah, 8 to 5:30.
8 to 5:30.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And the website's there if you want to kind of pre-shop on some of these things we're talking about.
Yeah, you bet. Take a look at the website. If you're looking at pasture grasses or cover crops. It has a lot of really good information there.
All right. Fishing stories?
Haven't got to go.
Don't
for
have
a
any
while.
fishing stories?
Nope.
Well, maybe we can lie to each other about it later on then.
Sounds good.
Okay. News is next on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Our guest, first half of the show, Arrow Seed.
Wake up to the best.
I never miss a morning.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
It's time to bake your way to glory and fame in the KCNI KBBN Chocolate Chip Cookie Challenge. Do you have what it takes to bake the ultimate chocolate chip cookie? Get that recipe perfected. If you can nail it, a great prize is waiting. How's it work, Jeremy?
All you need to do is bake a batch of your best traditional chocolate chip cookies. No mixes allowed. Drop 6 of them off at our studios in Broken Bow between March 12th and the 21st. You've got 9 days to show us what you've got.
Judging will be fierce. We'll evaluate on size, color, appearance, and of course, that perfect chocolate to dough ratio. The reward? Oh, you bet.
The champion will receive a KitchenAid Artisan 5-quart tilt head stand mixer. It's cast iron black. You can make up to 9 dozen cookies in it. And of course, the coveted title of KCNI KBBN Chocolate Chip Cookie Connoisseur. Second place receives $500 donated by KCNI KBBN to a local nonprofit or cause of their choice.
It's the KCNI KBBN Chocolate Chip Cookie Challenge. Remember, homemade cookies only. No nuts, no peanut butter. Visit sandhillsexpress.com for all the details. We'll see you soon. May the best cookie win.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. U.S. and Ukrainian officials are meeting in Saudi Arabia looking for ways to end the war with Russia. CBS's Holly Williams.
Ahead of today's talks in Saudi Arabia, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said that his country has wanted peace from the very first second of this war.
At least 3 people were killed in Russia after Ukraine launched its largest drone attack of the war. Stock futures are higher as Wall Street looks to rebound from yesterday's sell-off prompted by recession fears. Economist Larry Glazer.
There's an old expression on Wall Street, when your neighbor loses their job, it's a recession. When you lose your job, it's a depression. Right now, for most people, it's got a recessionary feel, and that's very uncomfortable because we haven't felt that way in a long time.
L.A. County DA Nathan Hochman says the Menendez brothers should not be freed.
They have failed to meet these requirements to show that they are no longer an unreasonable risk of danger to the community.
The former DA had scheduled a resentencing hearing for the brothers for later this month. CBS News Brief. I'm Michael Wallace.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Transforming your land with a John Deere compact tractor is as easy as connect, latch, load, haul, spread. Cutting grass is as simple as roll, click, mow. Box blading is as effortless as hook, lock, grade. And backhoeing is as convenient as turn around, switch, dig. Because when you've got the versatility to tackle just about any job and dealer support in your own backyard, you just have to get in the seat. Find the right compact tractor for you at johndeere.com.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. In a story released by KOLN, an East Lincoln home was damaged after an exterior electrical fire early Monday morning. Lincoln Fire and Rescue were dispatched to a home near Blue Spruce Drive and White Pine Road near 98th and Holdridge around 1:45 a.m. Battalion Chief Jeremy Gregg told 1011 that when the first arriving crews got on scene, there was a fire burning a section of the outside of the home and spreading to the attic. Gregg said, "We knocked down the the fire outside pretty quickly, then went inside the house to put out any fire in there. Greg added that 4 residents inside the home made it out safely before LFR arrived, but will have to be relocated. He also said there's a fire damage to a section outside of the house, as well in the attic above the area of the garage. The fire caused $100,000 in damage to the home and an additional $1,000 in damage to property in the garage. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's news source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Brooklyn Nets had lost 7 games in a row, but upset the Lakers Monday night, 111-108. Luka Doncic was questionable for the game for L.A. with a sore back. Did finish with a triple-double, but on 8 of 26 shooting from the floor. Golden State won its 5th in a row. Boston won its 5th straight game. Narrow wins for Memphis and Charlotte. Denver ended Oklahoma City's 7-game winning streak, 140-127. The Nuggets shot 61% from the floor. Victories for New York, Dallas, and Houston. In college basketball, on the men's side, remember Selection Sunday is this Sunday. Troy and Wofford each won conference tournament finals to advance to the NCAAs. St. Mary's, ranked 19th, advanced to its final in the West Coast Conference. Yankees pitcher Garrett Cole will have Tommy John surgery. The Dodgers reportedly gave manager Dave Roberts a 4-year extension, and the Seattle Seahawks are signing quarterback Sam Darnold.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Lots of sunshine today with daytime highs approaching 60. Winds out of the east, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Lows dip down to about 34. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. High temperatures reach up to 69. Tomorrow, sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Mid-70s, Thursday, upper 60s, Friday, with showers likely. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Bow Family Furniture and Flooring, serving central Nebraska and beyond with 2 locations. Visit South 9th Avenue for flooring and budget furniture, or East Highway 2 for a huge selection of furniture options. For small-town friendly first-name basis service, Bow Family Furniture and Flooring.
8:06, let's go outside with Jack Simpson and find out what it really feels like. Jack?
Well, it's a lot colder than yesterday morning. 30 degrees outside with clear skies. Winds are definitely a factor, 5 to 15 out of the north. Barometric pressure at 29.87 with humidity at 83%. No rain or snow in the last 24 hours. The precipitation for this month will stay 4200s. High yesterday of 77, overnight low of 32. Sunrise today was at 7:56. Sunset today at 7:41.
All right, Jack, some cloud cover up there?
Just a few light wispy clouds.
All right. Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome.
All right. That's what it really feels like out there. And a gentleman who just walked in the door could even give us more details because he was outside from his car to the studio. Jeff Denson is here from Team Physical Therapy.
I saw Jack out there.
Well, yeah, was he kind of looking around?
Oh, yeah.
Well, good. We hope he's kind of checking it out.
Yeah.
You know. So what have you been up to?
Not much.
That's okay.
Chasing kids around still.
Yeah, that's right. And when you chase kids now, you chase them a long ways.
We can go a little ways, yeah.
As they grow up, you chase them beyond the backyard now, don't you?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
Yep.
that's for sure.
Yep. Out of the area.
Yeah. So the boys are busy with sports, and you're following them around. Kind of give us an update where they're going to school and where you're following them.
Blake's going to Peru State and playing baseball there, finishing his senior year, and then Max is at Northeast Community College.
All right.
Playing some baseball there.
Playing some baseball. You got baseball. How do you do that? Do they ever play it on the same day, and you got to make a decision as to which way you go?
Every weekend.
Every weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I suppose you try to alternate that a little bit.
Yeah. It's Blake's last year, so he's going to play a lot. So
we're
heading that way now.
Yeah. Good deal. Good deal. Well, there is baseball on the horizon for the kids, all the way down to the softball for the girls and baseball, t-ball.
Yep.
It's all coming up, all the way up to the Legion level.
Yeah, they're doing sign-ups right now for all ages. So, and I think Brent's going to do a public affairs about that with some people coming in. So
good.
Look for that, and hopefully get everybody signed up.
Yeah, get the kids involved. Get get them out for the summer for a little bit and have some fun with other kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Baseball's a good way to do that, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Also, track in the very near future.
Yeah, practice pretty much started yesterday, it sounds like.
Okay.
So, for all areas.
It's interesting that you've told us over the years, I think Nathan mentioned it last time he was here, track probably has as many injuries as any sport.
Yeah.
Because?
Well, you're starting just really cold. I mean, the season to me is really short, so it's tough to get kids trained for most of those events before you start full out competition, and it just lends itself to overuse for runners, and kids that are running fast in the track have explosive things that do things to muscles.
Yeah,
So,
a lot of impact there on some of the events, and then a lot of your kids who probably wrestled, maybe they tend to be in the field events a little bit more as your bigger kids get involved. It's a whole different set of muscles to throw a discus than.
Yeah, it's a fun time of year. So there. It's tough for the kids because it's not a very long season. If you do have a bigger injury, it's tough to get back. And get fully healed so you can get back to the rest of the season. So the biggest thing is just make sure you're warming up well and then cooling down well pre and post. So.
And you're going to be practicing on some cold days, competing on some cold days, and then you could have a day like yesterday where it's nearly 80 degrees. So,
what a great day to start it.
Yeah, it was a good day to start. But certainly when it's cold like that, you're just bound to have a little more.
Tougher to get completely warmed up. To go out full competition.
All right. So it's all ahead, and you guys will, as always, be ready to help anybody that needs to, even, I guess, in a way, maybe prepare or maybe get ready. Some of the kids who don't play all sports can have the advantage of maybe working ahead on this a little bit. Cross-country runners, for instance, you see them running all summer.
Yeah, they put in the miles. And for Broken Bow, Coach Stafford does a great job of getting those kids prepared and ready for that grueling time. Well,
track's fun. It's I think really if you have the time to spend at the events, you got all sorts of different things to watch, and then it always kind of climaxes with the relays at the end, and it's pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a great event to go all day.
I still wouldn't ever want to be a pole vaulter. I don't care. It's a big stick going up over
Yeah, I wouldn't either. We have some good ones.
We do. We do. That's a lot of technique there, too. So what about us folks who aren't out for track, who maybe aren't out for any sports? I suppose there's some people listening out there that probably plan on playing a little adult softball and so forth. But most of us now are thinking about, we're just talking about gardening here with Jason at Arrow Seed, about maybe getting out there and digging in the dirt a little bit. We can actually injure ourselves doing that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's can be tough.
Sounds crazy, but true.
It happens. Yeah, it's good time of year to just get outside and get moving, get your body ready for those things. So,
well, I think speaking with some experience here, as you do get a little bit older, you lose a little bit of that strength in your core, and you're out there bent over, planting something, or where you're actually using that core differently. Next thing you know, you have a backache. You can really slow yourself down if you don't do it right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and there's some activities like in the garden that's just hard on the body. So I mean, you just have to go for a little while and then take breaks and then go after it again later. So just can't push through pain. That's the biggest thing.
There you go.
If it starts, it's time to get in a different position, do something else.
Yeah, and if you're out there and you want to go for a walk, and you go for a walk, and then afterwards maybe you have more aches and pains than you probably should have, I would think it would be a good idea to come and talk with one of your experts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Find out what's going on, right?
Yeah, if it just continues on past a day or two, it's time to do something about it.
Yeah.
Don't let it linger on to where it's really bad.
A lot of people are getting into walking this time of year. I think we like the temperature to get out there and get that heart pumping a little bit, and it's not too hot and sweaty. And so a lot of people are out there. I know Brent and Shelley have been walking and been enjoying a walk here and there. And when you go out, you see other people walking. And a lot of people, I think Brent mentioned, it's very busy up at the Melham Park.
It is, yeah. We've been up there a little bit, and it's really busy.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's what...
It's good.
Get out and get moving.
So what happens when it comes time to talk to the doctor and you guys about knee replacement or something that you just is taking your quality of life away? You want to go walking, and when you do, it's just not very much fun because you're in a lot of pain. Maybe the arthritis is set in. Maybe it's just it's wore out. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So if you're having trouble with just joint pain that's limiting you for exercise, I mean, talking to your physician, seeing if there's anti-inflammatories that work for you. Sometimes they can start you on a Medrol dose pack or something of that nature that can take out the inflammation and get you by to where you can get moving at that point, and that helps us a lot to help get joints moving. So taking that medical approach and finding out if there's something they can do medicine-wise first, then we try conservative treatment. And if you get to the point where it's, we'll be able to tell, or the physician will be able to tell if it's time to do something with the joint. And most of the time that's you're out doing things and then you absolutely can't sleep because the pain is so bad. So at that point it's time to, if you're losing sleep, it's time to do something about it.
Now, you've seen a lot of those situations, shoulders, elbows, knees. And you also have mentioned on the air before that a lot of times guys in agriculture and ladies in agriculture, they don't want to stop to have the surgery because they always have things they want to do on the farm or ranch. So out of all the different places that you can do surgery, which one is put off the most?
Probably knees. I would say. Yeah. Shoulders, if you get, if you get to the point where you've blown a rotator cuff or having severe pain in the shoulder and it needs to be replaced or something, you'll need to do that or you won't use the arm.
You won't be able to do it anyway, right?
Yeah, you'll lose function really quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably.
It seems like
as much as possible.
It seems like the hip replacement, and help us here, has a less PT than
most hip replacements don't require physical therapy.
That's
post-surgery.
Yeah.
Usually, if the hip is bad enough, you may walk out of surgery better than you walked in.
Wow.
And so, and then it just takes time to 4 to 6 weeks to recover, just not stressing the hip, and usually you can get back to a really normal gait pattern. Usually it's about that 6 week time frame with the physician. If somebody's not doing well at that point where they're not walking pretty well, then we'll start physical therapy at that point.
I see.
Yeah.
And then preparation for a hip replacement, is there a PT?
Just trying to get as much motion in the hip as possible. Trying to get the hip out straight is the most important thing.
Okay.
But most of the time, if it's that bad, you got to replace it before it gets better.
Yeah.
Because once the hip joint starts locking up, it's
not a good
thing. Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's amazing what can be done nowadays.
Yeah.
Really. It's, and then it all fits in with what you guys do to help pre and post. To make sure it's successful.
Yeah, to get it back to completely normal. That's the goal.
It seems like when you talk to people who say have knee replacements, a good majority of them say, this is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. First few days, first few weeks, and then there's some cases where it doesn't work as well for some reason, and then I'm sure PT is very important.
Yeah. At that point, everybody heals just a little bit differently post. we're finding that if you put patients in a lot of pain in the first 10 to 21 days, you're going to get bad results. So the best thing is to show them what to do to keep themselves out of pain, lightly do range of motion, not pushing on things. They were getting a lot better results. And then for those patients that scar quickly or develop too much scar tissue, then we have to get more aggressive, and that's a lot less fun for everybody.
Yeah.
But in the end, you can get it stopped.
You have ways of measuring the flexibility or the movement to know the progress.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and just quality of movement. Yep.
Yeah.
But they're all different. Not everybody gets the same results. But I mean, I think we're having really good results, mostly in the area.
Yeah.
So
good. Brett, you have questions?
No, I don't think so. I think a lot of what I was on my mind, I guess Dave's already talked about as far as, things like knee replacements and hip surgeries. And as far as the PT aspect of it goes, I guess I would have questions about other aspects that you're involved in that are outside of Team PT.
We can do that too.
I want to know how in the world you got senior area to come to Broken Bow in July. How in the world did you score that?
Well, I thought we were going to get state.
Really?
Thought there was a chance, but we didn't get state. Minden got state, and Auburn got state. So,
can you, since I have you in here, and I apologize, folks, we're going to talk Legion baseball here for just a second, since the season's coming up. But talk about how state has changed a little bit on the senior side, because it has, right? So how is that going to work this year?
So they switched this year. They're going to match. So Class B is going to match Class A, where basically you have 7 areas, and they're going to take 2 teams from every area, and then 2 hosts. So they're going to split it up to where half the teams. So they're going to take 8 teams to Minden, and 8 teams to Auburn. So it'll be the runner-up and the championship.
Will that be split geographically east and west?
No. It's going to have to be split based on half of the champions go to one, half of the runner-ups go to the other. So alternate. You keep the champions, the district champions, separated a little bit, and then the runner-ups separated, I believe, is what the plan is.
Okay.
So, and then there'll be 2 hosts with that. So in our area, if Minden is in our area, which I think they should be, probably the top 3 teams will go to state. It just depends on whether or not you'll go to Auburn or Minden.
Yeah.
So
then the 2 winners from each site, or the winner from each site,
we'll play in a neutral site game.
The 2 come together.
Yep.
And is it just one game, or will it be a series?
One game.
One game.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's going to be really neat. I'm sure it's just one game.
Okay.
Yeah, after those tournaments. So, it's really exciting it'll get more Class B teams in, and then there was always there's been a frustration in the eastern side of the state not getting teams that somebody that's really, really good gets knocked off, and they don't get a shot, and that kind of eliminates some of that. And I like it gets more Western teams in too. So it's it'll be a really, if you win that, you've done something.
Yeah. So
it'll be tough.
There would be a possibility, let's just take you for example, you could qualify, but instead of driving shorter to Minden, you may have to go all the way to Auburn. Am I correct in saying that?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
As far as I know, that's the plan, because you would want to separate the champions.
Yeah.
Into 2 different states, and so, I think that's the plan.
Okay.
So,
neat.
Yeah, we'll see what, like last year they added Central City with us. We'll see what they're going to do with areas. I would think they'll probably keep areas a little more, not shift as many people around, because there'll be 2 people going from each one. So we'll see how that works.
Okay.
It should be. Yeah, we're excited about that. And then juniors will stay the same. So juniors will just be the normal 8-team state. And I think long-term, the goal, I think, of that long-term is Class A goes into the winner of the Class A tournament goes into the national tournament. And I think there's a plan for the Class B winner to get some opportunity to go to another tournament post that. So there was discussion of something in Chicago or that nature. So of a champion going there. So
How do you feel about the teams this year?
We have, so this will be, I think right now we have 11 kids signed up for seniors. That'll play seniors only. And that's the first time since I've been involved that we've had anything. I mean, we had 9 last year. This will be the most we've had since I've been involved. And juniors-wise, we should have, I think, 13 or 14 kids out.
Good.
And I think some younger kids are going to move up a little bit earlier. But I think they'll be very competitive.
Yeah.
Seniors-wise, we obviously have a couple kids coming back there. College age that give us a bit of an advantage, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we should be real solid.
Yeah.
Other thing coming up, which they were going to talk about, we got the opportunity to, so they're going to have a 100th anniversary tournament for the American Legion. It started in 1925. And so they're going to do, I said that correctly, yes. Yeah. They're going to do a 100th year anniversary tournament in Millbank, South Dakota. So it'd be south of Fargo, about 90 miles.
It's up there.
Way up there. But that's where it kind of started, in that area. So we're going to be the Class B representative for Nebraska to go to that tournament.
Oh, wow.
So we volunteered to go up there and see what South Dakota plus all area. I don't know how many states are going to be represented, but we'll go play in a 3-day tournament up there.
Wow.
So we're really excited about that. So it'll be during juniors area. So our juniors team will be, so we're going to take up 10 or 11 guys and go see what we can do.
Play some ball up north. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, the South Dakota teams are generally known as really good.
Yeah.
So it will be very tough.
So how did you become the Nebraska representative?
Well, they asked for volunteers, and we volunteered, and we got it.
Okay.
So,
well, there you go.
I was at the state meeting, and they mentioned it, and I thought, well, that would be neat. And then I looked at it again and thought, well, we got enough kids. Let's go try it.
So you decided you'd volunteer, and they said okay.
Yeah.
And are you playing the wood bat tournament again?
Yeah, we're going to be in Plattsmouth for the wood bat tournament this year too. Yep.
Yeah, that's fun.
And then we'll host a juniors tournament here mid-June for some good teams coming in. So.
And you're starting pretty early this year. Right?
Yeah, we'll start. Games will start May 17th. So.
Okay.
Yeah, 17th and 18th. That's first weekend we're going to start, and that's before state track. So we'll run off a couple of games there, and then have a little break, and then start back up right after Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So
I can remember. It must have been kind of the same schedule when you guys were playing.
Mm-hmm.
Paul was playing that. You were kind of short once in a while early in the season because they were at state track,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try not to get too close to that, but for teams that don't have high school ball, they want to get some games in before that because other teams that have high school ball have already played up to 20 games already.
Well, I think you have a brisk schedule, but I guess the thing with baseball, you probably would like to win every game you play.
Yes.
But in baseball, that doesn't happen very often.
No.
It's attrition and peaking at the end of the year, right? And being healthy.
Yep.
So
and making sure you have. I think the biggest thing is we like to make sure that there's 7 or 8 or 9 arms for each team available to throw. So that's the most important thing.
And that's such a good way to look at it anymore. As you know,
you can't just go with 1 or 2 pitchers anymore. That they used to do that and ruin arms, and there's no reason to do that at this point. So,
and it gives these kids a chance to pitch.
Yeah,
to learn how to pitch.
Yeah. It's there's nothing like that. Watching kids compete, you'll find out the competitor in somebody when they're may not have the best stuff and they still got to throw.
Yeah, so got to gut it out.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it.
Yep.
And again, if you are a little stiff and sore and you're trying to get in shape, I know you have programs for people.
Help people through.
I ran into a very nice lady yesterday at the post office, just came from your shop, and she said, I just go there a couple times a week. I have a little back issue, and I just go in and do things a couple times a week, and it works for me. So
absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, too.
Yep.
All right. Team Physical Therapy, Broken Bow,
Burwell. Callaway and Gothenburg.
All right.
Yep.
And you do most often times take walk-ins,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll try to get you in as fast as possible. If it's not going to happen, we'll tell you how fast we can. So.
Last time we talked to you, we're filling some positions. Are you still looking for help?
We have not hired a receptionist at this point. Linda Shaw is going to be retiring on April 30th, so we're looking to fill that position.
Okay.
She's been there 25 years, so that'll be a little tough to fill.
Yeah, that'll take a little time, but it will happen.
Yeah. So we're just and we've been getting applications, so we'll hopefully fill that soon.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's good to have you in. Your wife was in, a week or so ago with Farm Credit Services of America, and she said nice things about you. So
that's
I think
surprising.
You
That's great.
Must be behaving yourself.
I try to. Sometimes.
We'll take a time out with these words.
Dave and Brent
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
on KCNI KBBN Radio.
Spring sports are just around the corner, and Geared for Sports in Broken Bow has you covered. Check out their new arrivals of Skechers shoes, plus find the perfect gear for track, baseball, and softball season. Can't find what you're looking for? Talk to Scott, and he'll do his best to get it for you. They're open Monday through Friday from 10 to 6 and Saturday from 10 to 4. Stop in and find what you're looking for. 427 South 9th Avenue, west side of the square in Broken Bow. Get ready for the spring season at Geared for Sports.
When you're giving a gift, saying thank you for a gift, extending congratulations, or expressing compassion, you need the perfect card to do it. Varney Pharmacy is happy to offer a great selection of Lane and Tree cards, in addition to single cards for every occasion.
Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
At Pharmacy Chemical, we focus on one thing, crop protection, helping you find cost-effective solutions custom tailored to your operation. By prioritizing active ingredients, we work to provide options that fit your needs and budget. As an independent company, we source products and adjust programs based on what works best for your farm and spray program, because we know each one of you is unique. Pharmacy Chemical, precision crop protection, focusing on helping people. For all things crop protection, including excellent financing options, give us a call, 308-537-4412.
Melham Medical Center in Broken Bow, large enough to serve, small enough to care. They are proud to bring great doctors to the specialty clinic to help you, like Dr. Pullman, the urologist who can diagnose, treat, and manage urological disorders, or Dr. Islam, a nephrologist specializing in kidney care and treating diseases of the kidneys. Dr. Pullman visits the third Tuesday of the month, and Dr. Islam visits the first Monday of the month at Melham Medical Center in Broken Bow.
Thank you very much. It is 8:37. We'll be hearing from Mark Stock here in just a bit. Before we do that, I would like to just bring up something that's very touchy. Again, it's a neighborhood thing. And I want to see if you're not listening to me or you just can't hear me. Because I know what you're going to do. You're going to roll your eyes when I start talking about a bird feeder. And the possibility, I was sitting on the porch, not being snoopy, but I was sitting on the porch yesterday evening looking across at your bird bath and the trees right next to it. Perfect setup for a nice bird feeder hanging from the tree right next to the bird bath. And I just know that those kids next to you at the school, the daycare, would love to hear birds chirping a bit more than they are. And I don't want to say it's your responsibility, but I would like to just suggest to you how much happiness you would bring to the kids in a neighborhood if you had a bird feeder. And I would be more than happy to install that bird feeder for you and get it full of seed, make sure there's water in your bird bath at a very reasonable price. Did you hear that?
What? No, I didn't. Maybe I better go see Roxanne at Nebraska Land Hearing Center. I didn't hear a word you said. I know. But I don't think it's the fact that I couldn't hear. Maybe I wasn't paying attention like I should have.
Maybe.
I don't know if Roxanne can help me with that or not. But she can help you if you are struggling with hearing. If you do struggle with your hearing and or worry about missing out on conversations with family and friends at gatherings, stop in to see Roxanne. She can help at the Nebraska Land Hearing Center. Extended discounts for new and returning patients for just staying local. And we always stress this: pricing available to fit all budgets. Don't let the fear of, well, I don't know if I could afford it, enter the realm of thinking. Pricing available to fit all budgets. No need to travel outside of the area anymore. Roxanne sells the top technology available in the world right here in Broken Bow, and you get that great follow-up local service to go with it. So call to make your appointment today, 308-384-3852. That's 308-384-3852. Their office is located in downtown Broken Bow in the Broken Bow Chamber building.
Oh, that's so nice. We could double the pleasure in the neighborhood with the use of your bird bath and add a feeder.
Your cats wouldn't come over and bother my birds, would they?
They do hunt birds, and occasionally, once in a great while, they'll get one, but not very often.
That could be a problem.
That was a cardinal right there, I think.
Oh.
There's a cardinal.
Oh.
You could have cardinals, and the kids would be playing.
I don't know. I don't know if cardinals would come over to my house. I'm a Cubs fan.
Oh, they don't care about sports. As much as we'd like to think that cardinal on that outfit means something to them, it really doesn't. They're more about dating and mating, laying eggs, making people happy. Just like these birds you're listening to. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Here's Chris Lager.
I didn't do it for the money.
Chris Lager, That's Why I Play. And, of course, that is his more recent work that he released just before he was here, I believe, last time or maybe the time before. But Chris will have more new work out very, very soon because he is writing and producing all the time out of Lincoln, Nebraska. We'll be back with Mark Stock right after these words.
Thanks for starting your day with us.
It's gonna be a good day.
Every morning. KCNI, KBBN Radio.
Are you or someone you know struggling with depression, anxiety, trauma, or other mental health challenges? Do you wonder where you can get help and support locally? An online list is ready and available for you that includes local, trained, caring mental health providers. Visit mhpcc.org. Mental health providers and services available in Custer County can be found quickly and easily mhpcc.org.
Hi, this is Andrew Mason with Pearson Physical Therapy, where we believe you should always receive the personalized attention you deserve. We use a collaborative approach to work together so we can help you achieve your goals. From post-surgical rehab and sprains and strains to back pain, arthritis, sports injuries, and everything in between. Come talk to us at Pearson Physical Therapy in Broken Bow, 872-5800, or visit our website, pearsonpt.com.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everybody. Mark Stock here with Big Iron Auction Company. Today at 10 o'clock, we've got several auctions that will start to close out. The Kent Dean Retirement Farm Machinery Sale is one of these auctions. They have a Crory KT260 seed tender, a Gleaner R66 combine, Case IH Magnum 275 mechanical front tractor, Kinsey 3600 series planter, Kenworth T600 day cab semi-truck tractor, a Tempty Super Hopper grain trailer. It's a 2022 year model, plus a John Deere Collector 7520 four-wheel drive tractor, John Deere 650 disc, and many more items. This online auction starts to close this morning at 10 o'clock here on the Big Iron website. We've also got some land that will sell today at 10 o'clock in Brown County, Illinois. 2 different tracts of land. Check that out. We have also got land selling at 11 o'clock in Reno County, Kansas. 80.74 acres will sell to the highest bidder. And then this afternoon at 1 o'clock, a great lineup of Simmental Angus, and Red Angus bulls and heifers will be offered on this outstanding sale. Andrew Statsny is from Martell, Nebraska. They will sell Black Angus bulls and heifers. Prime Genetics from Guide Rock, Nebraska has an outstanding offering of Simmental and Angus Cross bulls and Red Angus bulls. Robinette Land and Cattle from Riverton, Nebraska. Swim Cattle Company from Stapleton, Nebraska. Cody Miracle from Albion, Nebraska. 34 Cattle Company from Lamar, Colorado. Dibedal Charlet from Newcastle. Alan Vanalsdo from Scotia. 2R Ranch from Thedford. Homestead Acres Ag LLC from Albin, Wyoming. We'll sell outstanding bulls and heifers on this sale. And then tomorrow, 1,978 items will sell on our Wednesday auction. Sellers include Chad Osborne, Champion, Nebraska, Estes Farm, LLC, their retirement sale, El Reno, Oklahoma, Holmberg Tree Shearing, LLC, Bristow, Nebraska, Kramer Seed Farms, and Plus One Cattle from Hugoton, Kansas. Also, MC Wells Contracting, Omaha, Nebraska, Travis Brown from Polk, Nebraska, Wildcat Manufacturing, LLC in Norfolk, Nebraska are selling. We have Doyle Thompson and Gary, South Dakota, Hill and Williams Brothers Retirement in Marion, Iowa, Mark Dolezal, that retirement sale with outstanding equipment by Pender, Nebraska. Travis Isaac is from Montezuma, Kansas. Zach Schultz is from Madison, Nebraska. Folks, there's over 167 sellers that are utilizing Big Iron to sell quality machinery here on March the 12th. Selling ag and construction equipment, semi-trucks, trailers, UTVs, our planters and sprayers, tillage tools. There's a John Deere 624L wheel loader with only 2,670 hours that will sell to the highest bidder. A Case IH 7230 combine, Case IH Steiger 9380 quad track tractor, 2023 Case IH Magnum 340 mechanical front tractor, 2019 John Deere Moore-built 24-row-30 high-speed planter, a Dresser TD15E dozer with a ripper, New Holland FX30 self-propelled forage harvester, Kenworth T680 semi-truck, it's a 2017 model. There's a Volvo truck that has a feed mixer box mounted on the back. Also, a late model Massey Ferguson Heston 2270 big square baler with an accumulator will sell. So many items. Omaha Public Power District from Elkhorn, Nebraska will sell some really nice, well-maintained vehicles. Folks, this is a big, big sale. We want you to start your due diligence practice today because there's a lot of items to look through as these items will start to close tomorrow at 9 a.m. in the morning. We also have the benefit auction for the national sorghum producers. Their auction fundraiser will be part of this particular sale. And on Thursday, March the 13th, the Terry Lerman retirement sale will take place. This auction is headlined by a Challenger MT 765C track tractor, a 2019 Case IH Magnum 340 road track mechanical front tractor, also a Case IH 7230 four-wheel drive combine, a John Deere 230C LC excavator with a hydraulic thumb. There's a 2016 Peterbilt 579 day cab semi-truck tractor on this sale, a John Deere 1690 soybean special air seeder, and the list goes on and on. We have an outstanding lineup of equipment, real estate, and livestock that will sell here today and tomorrow and Thursday. Please go to the Big Iron website for all the latest information. And for those of you out there who have items that you would like to sell, please pick up the phone and call us at 402-276-2077 so we can connect you with your Big Iron rep. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. Mark Stock, Big Iron Auction Company. Going strong. Lots of sales, lots of items as usual. Well, we were playing Chris Lager a moment ago, and Chris has been coming to Sylvester's for many years, one of his stops at least once a year, if not twice a year. And the rest of the time, he's out all over the country performing his music. And he loves coming to Sylvester's to play, and a lot of bands do. And there's just not a lot of places left in this part of the country that have live music. And Sylvester's mixes it up. They have karaoke some weekends. They had pantomime players here just recently, live country, live rock. What they got going on next?
Another great night of live music coming up on Friday. The place to be will be Sylvester's in Broken Bow, East Highway 2. Tim Zock's coming back. You know Tim, he's going to bring the energy. Just make sure you're there for it. The fuel for the night, Jello shots.
Oh, boy.
There you go. Friday night is also serving as Tim's release date of his new single, How I Was Raised. So get a chance to hear it for one of the first times at Sylvester's. That's right, you'll be able to see it played live and in person at Sly's. All happening at the quiet little place that rocks. Sylvester's on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow. Come on out and see Tim Zock on Friday night.
And Jello shots, the fuel.
Yes, that's what it says.
Never had a Jello shot. Don't know what it's like.
Yeah, you're talking to the wrong guy there. I wouldn't know either.
Do you like Jello?
I've eaten Jello before, yes.
Jack, you ever had a Jello shot? You have? Well, you were 21, right? Okay. Have you heard the saying, Jack, you're still wet behind the ears? You've heard that before? Man, I heard that for a long time, too. I don't know if where are you at on that, but you were 21 when you tried a Jello shot. Did you like it? So? People like them.
Yeah.
I guess it would depend on the flavor. You have, I suppose, lime and all kinds of different cherry and maybe strawberry. I don't know. They're very popular. So if you like, have a Jello shot or your favorite beverage and take in the show this weekend at Sylvester's. Here's String Cheese Incident, Sweet Spot. Oh, yes, the string cheese incident. Sweet spot. Right here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on this wonderful Tuesday. Ah, so beautiful. Beautiful. Well, I think there's that cardinal again. Oh, man. You look out your window and they'll be frolicking and the bird seed will be flying everywhere and they'll be taking a bath in your bird bath. Or you could put another bird bath. That's an idea. Why don't we find you a old used bathtub?
And just set it right outside in my yard? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that'd look attractive.
I think it'd look great. Full of water. They could put little ducks in there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Anything to do with the birds, good deal. I
honestly don't. I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but I really don't know if I want Cardinals. I'm a Cubs fan.
See, the birds don't care about that.
Well, I know, but, when I see them out there, especially if it's when the Cubs and Cardinals are playing each other and the Cubs are getting beat, which does tend to happen when they play the Cardinals, I would look out the window and it wouldn't bring me joy. And I know that's terrible to say. That's on me. I'm just saying. That's on me. I get it, but
it's nature, Brent.
I know it is, but
didn't you learn about the birds and the bees when you were little?
I don't know where to go with that.
News is next.
Listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Stocks have opened lower after yesterday's big sell-off, which was fueled by recession fears. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
I think that what we saw yesterday was the culmination of a lot of anxiety. May not be the end, by the way. We could see more selling. But that this is what really it means to be an investor.
The House may vote as early as today on the GOP spending bill to avert a government shutdown this weekend. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says it's not enough.
The House Republican so-called spending bill does nothing to protect Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
Top U.S. and Ukrainian officials are meeting in Saudi Arabia, discussing how to end the war with Russia. Arizona Democratic Senator Mark Kelly tells CBS Mornings,
"We're going to have to see how this negotiation goes. This needs to come to an end. They don't want to fight this thing continuously."
Kelly says Ukraine should be able to reclaim all the territory it's lost. CBS News Brief. I'm Michael Wallace.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/radio and use code radio for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/radio and use code radio at checkout.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
With the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free?
Yep.
And an upgrade is just $10?
That's right. Part of the spring sale at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Brooklyn Nets had lost 7 games in a row, but upset the Lakers Monday night, 111-108. Luka Doncic was questionable for the game for L.A. with a sore back. Did finish with a triple-double, but on 8 of 26 shooting from the floor. Golden State won its 5th in a row. Boston won its 5th straight game. Narrow wins for Memphis and Charlotte. Denver ended Oklahoma City's 7-game winning streak, 140-127. The Nuggets shot 61% from the floor. Victories for New York, Dallas and Houston. In college basketball, on the men's side, remember Selection Sunday is this Sunday. Troy and Wofford each won conference tournament finals to advance to the NCAAs. St. Mary's, ranked 19th, advanced to its final in the West Coast Conference. Yankees pitcher Garrett Cole will have Tommy John surgery. The Dodgers reportedly gave manager Dave Roberts a 4-year extension, and the Seattle Seahawks are signing quarterback Sam Darnold.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Lots of sunshine today with daytime highs approaching 60. Winds out of the east, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Lows dip down to about 34. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. High temperatures reach up to 69. Tomorrow, sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Mid-70s, Thursday, upper 60s, Friday, with showers likely. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Located right in the beautiful sandhills of Nebraska, Kincaid Brewing Company chose a name more than 10 years ago that gave a nod to those who came before them. From meeting in a homebrew club to serving all of Nebraska delicious beer, Kincaid Brewing Company, based in Broken Bow.
9:04, 30 degrees outside, mostly sunny. There's a few clouds up there. Winds out of the north 10 to 15. Now, it's not going to be as warm today as it was yesterday. Will be much cooler, 77 for a high yesterday, but still very dry out there. And as Brent was talking earlier, if the humidity gets down as low as it did yesterday, a temperature won't have as much to do with it as just that dry air and the winds. So let's, again, be careful. There were some fire calls yesterday here in Custer County and some fires to the north that our fire departments assisted with up in the Sandhills. So let's try to help out wherever we can. I mean, accidents happen, and we know that we can't stop it completely just because what Mother Nature's doing to us here, but we can be careful. So That's what we're asking you to do. A couple of things here that we want to talk a little bit about. We mentioned Bobby McFerrin on his birthday. And again, if you're having a birthday today, happy birthday to you. But we all know, and this might seem morbid to you, Brent, or the listeners, but we all know that there's birth and then there's the end, the passing of our lives.
Yep, correct. Yeah.
And this is a very important day because it's National Funeral Director Day and Mortician Day. Mm-hmm. And for many, many years here in Custer County in central Nebraska, there's been Govier Brothers Mortuary, ran by the Goviers many years ago, and they were the best in the West at what they did. And then it changed hands, but the quality of service has not. And the Govier Brothers Mortuary is a blessing. If you've ever been to a bad funeral because it wasn't organized, it can really dilute the meaning of the day because professional funeral directors are important. So today's National Funeral Director Day and Mortician Day, and we need them. They do a great job, and we've always been blessed with good people. Grant Chapin right now and his crew are the best. So thank you for that. Also, want you to know that the election is taking place today, not here in the United States, but in Greenland.
Oh, okay.
And they're holding elections in Greenland today. And the biggest issue this year, the Arctic island is considering its independence and whether it will stay part of Denmark and maybe not and accept some offers elsewhere. And of course, President Trump has mentioned that he would like Greenland to be a part of America. Besides fishing, the population of Greenland doesn't do too much else. That's their main source of income. So they may consider being another country. But there's also a side story to this that I think if you folks have done any research on Greenland know that it is abundant with natural resources, oil and natural resources like that. So that's one of the reasons they're being courted by other countries, including our own. It'll be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if they sway away from being part of Denmark, but we'll see. Interesting. I just have conversations about things we never thought we'd ever have conversations about.
Yeah, kind of true.
You know.
Yes.
There's a story that really, one of those that will kind of maybe upset you, or maybe you'll scratch your head, or maybe you'll say, that's what's wrong with this world. You ready for this one?
I guess.
There's a video of a toddler folding laundry, and it started up a mom war. So there's a Instagram video of a mom teaching her toddler to fold laundry. It's turned into a heated debate. The video shows the mom making a folding board from a cardboard box and the little girl using it. She captioned the video, "Mom hack to get your toddler to fold laundry." There's a whole bunch of people out there that were enraged that she would teach her little girl to fold laundry on a cardboard box. Some parenting experts took the side of the mom and said the task improves motor skills as well as the parent-child bond. What would be wrong with teaching your child at any age to fold clothes?
So we agree on this. Okay. Yeah. My question would be where is the what is the specific frustration from those who are having a problem with it?
Well, the Instagram...
She's too young to learn how to fold clothes, or what?
Well, let's see. Comments range from genius to child labor. One person berated the mom for doing chores instead of getting down on the floor and playing. So they berated her for having her do a job rather than get down on the floor and play with the child. Now, that doesn't mean that she doesn't get down on the floor and play with the child.
Well, you can make learning how to fold clothes into a game, right?
Yeah. Well, of
course.
mean,
as a parent, you try to make it fun, and you're teaching them how to work at the same time. I guess I don't see a big problem with that.
I don't either.
Wow, this has turned into a huge debate.
Big debate.
Wow.
She was, I don't know if the word abuse came up, but it wasn't right for her to be making a box for her child to learn to fold clothes on. She should be down on the floor playing with her. Why couldn't you do both?
I agree with you. Yeah.
And why would that child not feel good about learning to do something to help mom?
Now, obviously, the way in which you go about it has a lot to do. I mean, if you're screaming at your child or something about folding clothes and they're super young and don't really know how to do it, obviously that's wrong. But if you're just politely interacting with your child,
teaching them something.
Teaching them and trying to do it in a fun way, which I assume is maybe where the cardboard came in to play.
Her own table, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Wow.
Yeah, that's where we're at in this world.
That's where we're at, isn't it?
Now, here's another one for you, just to put a little period at the end of the sentence on it. A child called the cops on his mom for stealing his ice cream.
Wow. Okay.
This might not sound too serious, but it did happen in the dairy state. A little boy in Wisconsin called the police to scream about his ice cream. He's 4 years old and called 911, telling the cops to come and get his mom and take her to jail. Turns out she had eaten his ice cream. The police did come to the house, and the little boy did change his mind. But he did call the cops to come and arrest his mom and throw her in jail for eating his ice cream.
Wow.
The officers came again the next day and brought him some ice cream.
Oh, that's nice.
Is it really? See, that's where I take...
Oh, you don't think the police coming back to give him ice cream, you don't think it was kind of a cute little gesture?
Well, I see why they did it on their part, but is that rewarding the child for turning his mother in for eating his ice cream?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay.
How old was the boy?
4.
Does it say 4 years old, really?
Yeah.
Called the cops.
Called the cops because she ate his ice cream.
Well.
Yep.
I'm sure to a 4-year-old that was a pretty serious offense.
Well, but would you just throw a fit and stomp your feet on the floor and, I don't know, throw yourself on your bed? But no, you call the cops.
At 4 years old. Wow. That's an interesting story.
Yeah. 2 stories that are a little unsettling.
Yeah. Wonder if Mom made him learn how to fold the laundry afterwards. I don't know.
I don't. She's probably wondering what she'll do to keep from getting called. Called in the cops for something else.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
There's honestly, that tug and pull out there with kids these days. There's a tough fine line there, because discipline is important.
Mm-hmm.
And there are cases where children need discipline in the proper way. But if they don't get their way and they get punished for doing something wrong and they call the cops, and that happens. In this case, it was ice cream. There's something going wrong around the bend here. I don't know. So as long as we're talking about interesting, different things happening, have you ever out there, folks, and Brent, lied to your dentist? Yeah.
Lied how? What? I mean, okay. Yeah, I guess it depends what, when they ask you how often do you brush your teeth and stuff like that, maybe I haven't been completely honest. I'll be the first one to admit it. I mean, if that's what you're talking about.
Well,
but,
you're not alone.
You're
not alone.
Other than that, I don't know how I would lie to my dentist. I mean, if I got a big hole in my tooth, I don't know how in the world I can defend that.
Well, here's the story. Almost 60% of us lie to our dentists. And you're asked, do you floss?
Yeah, okay.
Brushing your teeth question. 60% lie and answer, yes, I floss and I brush my teeth twice a day or whatever, when that is not the case. 48% are pretty sure their dentist knows they're telling the lie.
Yeah.
So even though 60% lie, a good share of them know that the dentist isn't buying it anyway, so why lie in the first place?
When I was younger, I did more of that.
Oh,
when I was a kid, do you do this? And you're like, yeah, I do. And then as I got older, I'm kind of like, well, the dentist is going to know whether I do it or not. So it's like, no, I don't floss like I should.
Yeah, there's the flossing one, and then you're supposed to brush your teeth a certain amount of time when you brush them. Even more people claim that they're brushing their teeth during their sessions at least 2 minutes or more when they brush their teeth, when a lot of them aren't. But 64% say they feel bad when they lie to their dentist. So I know there's some dentists out there that listen to KCNI, and I just want you to know I've not lied to you.
Oh, good for you.
And the gal, there's a gal that cleans teeth, that does the cleaning.
Sure. Yep.
You can't lie to them.
No. No, they know.
They know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a series of stories here. We have the child who called the cops when his mom ate his ice cream, 4-year-old. And then we have the mother who is taking heat, at least in part, for making a cardboard table and teaching her daughter to fold clothes at an early age. And then we have 60% of the nation's people lying to their dentist.
What's wrong with the world?
Something's going wrong, folks.
Very best exposure in marketing your property, averaging over 40,000 visitors per month to our website. This market is hot, but if you want a premium for your farm, ranch, or recreational land, you need your property to be able to be found by investors and buyers. If you are thinking about selling, call me, April Good, for a free market analysis and check us out at lashleyland.com.
It's time to bake your way to glory and fame in the KCNI KBBN Chocolate Chip Cookie Challenge. Do you have what it takes to bake the ultimate chocolate chip cookie? Get that recipe perfected. If you can nail it, a great prize is waiting. How's it work, Jeremy?
All you need to do is bake a batch of your best traditional chocolate chip cookies. No mixes allowed. Drop 6 of them off at our studios in Broken Bow between March 12th and the 21st. You've got 9 days to show us what you've got.
Judging will be fierce. We'll evaluate on size, color, appearance, and of course, that perfect chocolate to dough ratio. The reward? Oh, you bet.
The champion will receive a KitchenAid Artisan 5-quart tilt head stand mixer. It's cast iron black. You can make up to 9 dozen cookies in it. And of course, the coveted title of KCNI KBBN Chocolate Chip Cookie Connoisseur. Second place receives $500 donated by KCNI KBBN to a local nonprofit or cause of their choice.
It's the KCNI KBBN Chocolate Chip Cookie Challenge. Remember, homemade cookies only. No nuts, no peanut butter. Visit sandhillsexpress.com for all the details. We'll see you soon. May the best cookie win.
Can I butt in here real quick?
Sure.
I know you and I like to have fun on the show, but can I just take a moment to compliment you? And I mean this is a sincere compliment.
For what?
I think that the idea you came up with for a prize for the chocolate chip cookie to donate $500 on behalf of someone to their nonprofit or cause of their choice. Bravo to you. That is a fantastic idea, and I think that's great.
Well, thank you very much.
So, yes.
Good neighbor.
Well done.
Appreciate that. We have people who set examples for us. We have folks who always pull through for us when we're doing a fundraiser. And we have one of our listeners who sends us a check every month just because. And so we try to pay it forward. And it works great paying forward in this neck of the woods because people do it for each other all the time.
Absolutely.
So
yep.
I'm happy to be a part of that. The Chocolate Chip Cookie Challenge begins tomorrow, as you just heard. So get your taste buds ready to go.
Yep.
That's going to be fun. Also, if you like fish, and I think they have alternatives, by the way, if you don't like fish. The Knights of Columbus are having their fish fry March 14th. That's Friday at St. Joseph Parish Center. Also, the Catholic Daughters Bake Sale will go along with that. So put that on your list of things to do, and there's more coming. And then, again, we do want to remind the folks out there, probably know it by now, but there's electric conversion work being done here in Broken Bow following the explosion of our power plant. So they're trying to repair things permanently, and that will mean some outages this week, especially on the north side of the track. So if you're one of those folks who was without power the 20th and 21st and didn't get your power back as quickly as many of us did in 45 minutes or so, you're probably going to be having an outage this week of some kind. And they're going to try to let you know as best they can, but you should expect 1 to 4 hours each. And they'll do this between the times of 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Each day this week, and we'll probably get an update if they're going to be doing it again next week. There's a blood drive tomorrow at the Loop City Community Center from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also a blood drive up at Taylor at Loop County Community Center. That's from 12:30 to 5, and that's in Loop County. Blood drive there on Thursday. All right, the other day, David Blues Jay came back and spent a little time with the listeners and pulled out some Omar and the Howlers and kind of got this song stuck in my head, so I thought we would conclude with this one. Omar out of Texas had just gotten back from Europe. We were his first stop in Arnold, Nebraska at the South Loop River Blues Fest, and he was, quite honestly, kind of tuckered out. And I remember visiting with him in the trailer after the show. He says, "Man, Dave, I'm beat." And this was the life of a blues player at the time. He says, "Love the show. It was great. A little short on cash. Can you help me with some gas money?" And so we did, because they hit the road here in the U.S. and was going continued that tour. And he was just a really great guy. And he wrote a lot of songs, a lot of music, still around, by the way. And this one was released in '94 from his album that we have here, Muddy Springs Road. And the song is called Black Bottom. Here it is on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Omar and the Howlers and Black Bottom right here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. I've been thinking about that bathtub thing. I think
Have you now?
I think a bathtub in your yard would look really cool.
Oh,
And
you
could,
think, huh?
You could paint it bright colors on the side and really make a decorative piece out of it. And if you didn't want to put water in it for the birds, you could put potting soil in it.
Sure, yeah.
And
right.
grow some gourds.
Grow some gourds, yeah. Well, sure. Yes.
Or maybe Shelley would like some flowers, some daisies in there.
Uh-huh.
And that would also be a pollinator for the birds and the bees.
Wow. I must say, I've said this before. The ideas that come to your mind really are amazing, just amazing. You are an idea man.
Really, and the idea of yours truly sitting on the swing on our front porch, looking across and seeing that bathtub full of potting soil with pollinators in it, and the birds chirping and the bees flying around. That's serendipity, man. I can't wait. It's going to be great. Would you talk to Shelley about it?
Yeah, you bet. We'll visit about that today at lunch.
Okay. Talk to you folks tomorrow at 7:30.